Bill Gates is exposed for cheating on Melinda during their marriage, H3H3 gets sued for $50 million, and Boogie2988 gets arrested and you won't believe why. Yes, that's right folks, we have ourselves a triple header news story for you all today, but first if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we would really appreciate it. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. So first things first, let's talk about Bill Gates getting exposed further. With a fortune of $130 billion, the Gates were one of the world's richest couples. Now with them getting divorced, all eyes are on why. In the divorce filings, Melinda had stated that the marriage was irretrievably broken. However, now it has been revealed that Bill had actually asked out two women who worked at Microsoft and at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, all while he was still married to Melinda. According to a recent article from the New York Times, Gates had asked out a Microsoft employee in 2006 after watching her make a presentation. He would later send an email to that employee that actually said, "If this makes you uncomfortable, pretend it never happened," which is exactly what she did, pretended it never happened. And on top of that, another woman who worked at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation also said that Bill made a move on her while they were on a work trip. While the pair were in New York, the woman says that Bill told her, "I want to see you, will you have dinner with me?" The woman also told the Times that the approach made her very uncomfortable, but that she just tried to laugh it off. Apparently there was no expectation that Bill would destroy their career if these advances were declined, so I guess that's good. But it's also unclear as to whether or not Melinda was aware of her husband doing this, and that was just an extra reason for the divorce, or perhaps she knew the whole time and was just cool with it. We don't know all those details just yet, but if there are any further updates on this, we will be sure to let you know. Now in other news, the H3H3 podcast is getting sued by Triller for $50 million. The event company Triller that recently hosted the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight filed a lawsuit against Ethan Klein and the H3 podcast, citing that they unlawfully aired their fight on YouTube. The podcast, though, is mainly a commentary channel that often features short clips that they react to. The clip in question simply showed Jake Paul's knockout with Ethan talking over it, which clearly falls under fair use. And when responding to this enormous lawsuit, Ethan said, "They lump me in here for what I can only determine is out of spite," adding, "My coverage of the fight was totally fair use. I showed 45 seconds of Jake knocking out Ben and commenting non-stop." The bizarre thing is that this lawsuit had initially been filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California, seeking $100 million. And included in that as defendants were several websites that they were accusing of pirating their footage along with Ethan Klein's podcast. However, when the suit was amended, the only defendant left on it was Ethan Klein. In Triller's complaint, they said that the podcast illegally retransmitted the broadcast of the fight and the defendant's acts of infringement were willful and blatant disregard of and committed with indifference to plaintiff's rights. Now, the argument that Ethan will need to take is that he uploaded the footage after the fact and for the purpose of news. They did not upload the fight that in any way would have taken viewers away from Triller. A spokesperson from Triller, though, is confident that they will win. They are quoted as saying, "We are confident H3 will be settling and paying a substantial penalty in the millions in order to avoid the $50 million plus liability," adding, "People can try to joke about it, but it is stealing, no ifs, ands, or buts about it." Now in our last bit of news, we need to talk about what's happening with YouTuber Boogie2988. For starters, the most recent update on his situation is that he has been released on bail, with his last tweet on May 14th being, "For those asking, I am home and safe, just really not finding social media fun right now and am focusing on my mental health. Thank you all for your love and support through this." Now, knowing that, let's back things up just a little bit. YouTuber Boogie2988, whose real name is Stephen Williams, recently was arrested over a confrontation that he had with another content creator who had just been constantly harassing him. In a recent video titled "Confronting a Stalker, Do Not Come to a YouTuber's House," Williams posted the video of this stalker. It was kind of like a ring footage camera just from the outside of his house, and the stalker has since been identified as Frank Hassel, so the video actually shows him arriving at the doorstep and antagonizing him even further.
"You're a fat You won't even open the door?
I will.
And then what, you're gonna me? You're gonna kill me?
Williams then allegedly fired a gunshot into the air as a warning, which led to a warrant being issued for his arrest. Although before all of that, both of these men were on Keemstar's show, and Boogie straight up warned this guy that if he showed up to his house, you had no choice but to defend himself. He said that this man's constant stalking and online harassment has only made his anxiety worse, and this Frank guy is just unrelenting. Before coming to Steven's house, he posted a photo of himself on Twitter and even tagged Boogie in it, saying that he was in his town. After Williams had reported the incident to the police, essentially turning himself in, he said, "I fired a warning shot so that he would leave. After firing the warning shot, he did. It's up to them to decide what happens next. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for firing the warning shot. I don't know if Frank is going to get into trouble. I don't know how this is going to play out." Well, the way it turned out was that the Washington County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department issued a warrant for his arrest for aggravated assault with a bond set at $5,000. For now, though, we hope that this stalker just decides to leave him alone. Either way, make sure to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on all all of this. And while you do that, I'm gonna check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities That Canceled Themselves. Just some Bigfoot with internet access says, these celebrities were like, fine, I'll do it myself. Hey, what's the old saying? If you can't get something done, do it yourself? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. PJ says, homie calling Chet Hanks a GTA character is the funniest. Ish, I'll say. Well, thank you so much. I like that. That was a good joke. That was a fun list too. Like a Spivey says, Johnny is at everyone's neck with the jokes. Chet Hanks being a GTA character and Vanessa Hudgens being the Valley Girl Thanos. This is why I love y'all. Hey, we love that you guys love our jokes, and thank you so much for watching and not really taking that list seriously. You know, it's just a fun list. Cancel themselves. We're just updating you all on the problematic celebrities of 2021. Pam K says, that title I clicked so fast. V Froggy says, what's your favorite book? By far, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Check it out. It is an incredible book. But for now, guys, that has been today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.